Your heart didn't just break, it shattered. Not just a little, but completely. It's the kind of breaking that leaves you sitting on the floor, wondering how something that hurts this much could possibly be allowed by a God who supposedly loves you. Think about it. The relationship that ended, the dream that collapsed, the person you trusted who simply walked away. The future you planned so carefully dissolved overnight. And in the middle of that specific, personal, devastating heartbreak, you ask the question, why? Why would God let this happen? If he loved me, really loved me, how could he allow this? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because the answer to that question is not what you think. And once you hear it, the heartbreak that almost destroyed you is going to start making a different kind of sense. You see, not every heartbreak is the same. There is the heartbreak that comes from loss, from things that were real and good, coming to a close before you were ready. But then there is the heartbreak that comes from attachment, from holding on to something that was never truly yours, from loving an idea of someone more than the reality of them, from building your sense of safety on a foundation that was never as solid as it appeared. Both are painful, but they are doing different things. The heartbreak of loss is the price of having loved something real. But the heartbreak of attachment, that is the price of confusing something temporary for something permanent. Here is what most people never understand. The heartbreak of attachment is not punishment for loving too much. No, it is liberation from loving the wrong thing. And that liberation had to be painful because you were holding on way too tightly. You see, the only way to open a closed fist is to create a reason to let go. Here is the truth about heartbreak that nobody tells you. It is not just breaking your heart. It is breaking open your heart. There is a profound difference between a broken heart and a broken open heart. A broken heart closes, it retreats, it builds walls. It decides that love is too costly and connection is too dangerous. But a broken open heart, it expands. It becomes capable of a depth of feeling, a quality of love, and a level of compassion that an unbroken heart could never access. The difference between these two outcomes is not about what happened to you. It is about what you do with what happened. The people who allow life to break them open rather than simply break them. These are the people who come out the other side with something extraordinary. They have a capacity for love that isn't naive. It's been tested. It survived the fire. I want to get specific now, because I know general truth isn't enough when you're in pain. Let me tell you exactly why God allowed your specific heartbreak. The first reason, what broke your heart was blocking your blessing. I know that sounds cruel, because what broke your heart felt like the blessing. It felt like the dream, the version of life that was finally going to make everything okay. But God could see what you could not see from the inside. He saw that what felt like the destination was actually a detour. What felt like home was just a comfortable stopping point on the way to your actual home. And the only way to move you forward, the only way to get you out of that stopping point, was to allow the heartbreak. Not because he is cruel, but because he loves you too much to let you stay somewhere that was never meant to be permanent. That version of yourself, the one you were building your sense of safety and identity on, it simply wasn't solid enough. It wasn't true enough, and it certainly wasn't permanent enough to hold what is coming next. You see, the heartbreak didn't destroy your foundation. It revealed that the foundation needed to be rebuilt on something that cannot be taken away, on something that does not leave, does not disappoint, and does not collapse under the weight of real life. And that rebuilding, that painful, necessary, deeply personal rebuilding, is exactly what the heartbreak made possible. The third reason, the blessing requires a version of you that the heartbreak is currently creating. The blessing that is coming, the love, the purpose, the life waiting on the other side of this pain, requires someone who has been broken open. It It requires someone who knows what it costs to love. Someone who has been to the bottom and found something solid there. Someone whose strength is not performed, but proven. That someone is who you are becoming, right now, in the middle of the heartbreak. This pattern, heartbreak before blessing, loss before gain, it isn't unique to you. It is woven through every story of genuine transformation ever told. Think about Ruth. She lost everything. Her husband, her homeland, her entire future. She was a widow in a foreign land with nothing. And yet, from that place of complete heartbreak, she stepped into the greatest blessing of her life. A new home, a new love, a lineage that changed history. The heartbreak wasn't the obstacle, it was the path. I guarantee you, every person you deeply admire, every person whose strength moves you, has a heartbreak story. A specific season of pain that cracked them open, took away what they thought they needed, and replaced it with what they actually needed. You are in that story right now. You are in the cracking open chapter. And the chapter that follows, the one that comes after the heartbreak does its work, is the one where the blessing arrives. Understanding why this happened is important, but you still have to live through it, and living through it requires a way of moving. First, feel it completely. Do not rush past the grief. Do not try to spiritualize it away before you have actually felt it. The heartbreak deserves to be felt, fully, honestly, and without apology. Give yourself permission to grieve what was lost, because grief that is skipped does not disappear. It goes underground and surfaces later when you least expect it. Feel it now, so you can release it completely. Second, refuse to become bitter. This is the most important choice you will make right now. Bitterness is the decision to let the pain close you rather than open you. It's choosing to build a wall with your wound instead of a window. And it is a choice. It might feel like the only response to being hurt, but staying open, refusing bitterness, is what determines whether this heartbreak becomes your prison or your preparation. Third, look for what is being built. Even now, even in the middle of the pain, ask yourself, what is this building in me? What capacity is being developed? What strength is being forged? Because something is being built, even when it's impossible to see, even when everything feels like destruction and nothing feels like construction. Something is being built. And the day will come when you see it clearly, when you look back at this heartbreak with the eyes of someone who has finally received the blessing it was making room for. And on that day, you will understand everything. God allowed your heart to break. God didn't allow this because he forgot about you. And definitely not because you did something to deserve it. He allowed it because the blessing he has prepared for you, the big one, required a heart that had been broken open. A heart that finally knows what love costs. A heart that has been to the bottom and found something solid there. He needed a heart that is no longer naive, but is still, despite everything, open. That is the heart the blessing is coming to. Your heart. The one that broke. The one that is healing. And the one that is becoming more capable of receiving and giving love than it ever was before. You see, this heartbreak was not the end of your love story. It was the beginning of the real one. Keep going, chosen one. The blessing is closer than the heartbreak made it feel. If this message spoke to a heartbreak you've been carrying, please share it with someone who needs to hear that their pain has a purpose. Don't walk this path alone. Join our community by subscribing to Sacred Chosen Journey for weekly messages made specifically for your transformation. And before you go, drop a ton in the comments if this reached you at exactly the right moment. Let us know you're staying open. I'll see you in the next video.